Hey, everybody, it's Pastor Hugo. Thanks for joining us for one of our chosen devotions this week. This week, we are in the book of Jonah. We're reading the whole book. It's just 4 chapters, 4 short chapters. And it's a story that most of us know pretty well, but there's one particular point of the story that I want to pick up on in the video this week. Jonah, in describing God, says something that a lot of people before Jonah had said before. He describes God as generous and merciful, slow to anger, and abounding in steadfast love. That's chapter 4, verse 2. David has said this something like this countless times in the Psalms. Isaiah said something similar. Moses said something similar. Lots of people have said this before. Jonah's not unique in that. What is unique, though, is everyone else who said this praising God. Jonah said it blaming God. See, Jonah knew that God was full of mercy and love, and God knew that if these people called the Ninevites repented, that God would forgive them, because he was a God who was abounding in mercy and steadfast love, and Jonah didn't want God to do that. That's why he ran away. He knows what God's going to do, and he doesn't want God to do it because he doesn't like the Ninevites. The Germans have a word, Schadenfreude. We don't have a good equivalent in English, but it means something like rejoicing in someone else's misfortune. And I think there's a corollary that goes with it, the opposite of rejoicing in someone's misfortune, and that is grieving or being sad over something good that happens to someone else. Well, that's what Jonah was experiencing. Nineveh repented, God forgave them, and now Jonah's mad. Jonah is grieving over the fact that God has done something wonderful for the Ninevites. And that's basically where the story ends. The story of Jonah ends without any resolution on Jonah's part. It ends with Jonah sitting under a dead tree, that he cares more about the dead tree than he cares about the Ninevites. And he is left there angry over God's grace and God's mercy. We're going to dig into this a little bit more and talk about some of the choices that Jonah made throughout the story and what those choices did to him. We'll talk about that Sunday in Bible class. That starts at 8:30 in Church Fellowship Hall. There's also a Zoom option if you'd like to be part of that. You can email me at bill.hugo@stmatthew-ch.org. But for today, I want you to look for reasons to rejoice in good things God is doing for somebody else. Do the opposite of what Jonah did. That God is blessing people all around you. Maybe God can use you to be a blessing to someone around you, and then rejoice in the good things that God is doing for someone else. That's it. Have a great week. We'll see you Sunday. Bye-bye.